What's good? It's our boy Dude Reviews, and today we're gonna continue the Makoto Shinkai movie marathon with the third installment in his feature film series, and that is Children Who Chase the Lost Voices, also known as Journey to Agartha, a 2011 Japanese anime film created and directed by Makoto Shinkai, following his previous work 5 centimeters per second. The film is his longest animated film to date and is described as a lively animated film with adventure, action, and romance centered on a cheerful and spirited girl on a journey to say farewell. The film was released in Japan on May 7, 2011, and then released on DVD and Blu-ray in Japan on November 25, 2011. The film has been licensed by Sentai Filmworks and was released on DVD and Blu-ray in November 2012. On May 9, 2019, it was announced that Sentai had lost the license and the film has since been out of print. So what's this film all about? Well, it's a coming-of-age story involving young love and a mysterious music coming from a crystal left as a memento by an absent father that leads a young girl deep into a hidden world, and her supply teacher explore the mysterious and wonderful world of Agartha. And this film, in terms of prose, has a lot of good stuff about it. And out of like the 3 films that I've watched so far, it started off with A Place Promised, and the second film being 5 centimeters Down. This third film in his feature film series is the best looking film. Character animation is top notch. We are starting to see, this is a film that I feel like we're starting to see the groundworks that would later be Your Name in terms of the animation and the background designs. They look lush, they look beautiful, they look gorgeous, and the character animation is really great. There's a lot of fluidity to it, and it just works really, really well. Asuna is basically the main character of the story, and she's basically the little 11-year-old girl who discovers Agatha with her supply teacher, and I kind of like their kind of chemistry. It's, you know, in these type of stories when it's like her and someone who's not related to her, but then later on they get a connection and they start to grow and closer together. I like their kind of like chemistry because these two are very different people and they see the world very differently to one another, but they both have similar goals. She wants to see Agatha because she kind of feels a bit lost in reality, in the real world, and she kind of wants to explore a new, wonderful, mysterious place, which is Agatha. I kind of find it interesting how Asuna sees the world of Agatha as beautiful and magical, while the supply teacher just kind of stands back and is like, he's just kind of got his mind in a different place because he wants to get something from Agatha. He wants to do something, and this dude's actions and choices really are questionable, and it makes their dynamic and chemistry even more intriguing. When they go to Agatha, it's not the typical, Alice in Wonderland, she goes to this place and she meets this wonderful group of people, and it's typically like they don't like her at first, but then they start to grow to like her later on, like Spirited Away or something like that. No, it's very different. It's a very different type of film. Like, the people are very hostile to the humans from the up world, as they call it, because of stuff that happened in the past. A lot of tensions between the topsiders and the downsiders, and yeah, it's not all fun and loving, and this film has a lot of violence. Like, this is definitely Makoto Shinkai's most violent film out of all his films he has released so far. Weather with You did have some intense scenes, but nothing comparing to this film in terms of the sheer terror that some of these characters have to go through. There's a lot of inspiration from previous Miyazaki films. I noticed that a lot of Laputa, Castle in the Sky, and Princess Mononoke vibes from this film, as well as a little touch of Spirited Away here and there. And I feel like, yeah, this guy is definitely influenced. It is the most Ghibli film out of all of his films that Makoto Shinkai has made, even though he doesn't work for Ghibli, but it does feel very Ghibli-like. So if you like Studio Ghibli, this film is for you. The supply teacher isn't very fatherly towards Asuna as you would expect him to be. I mean, it's this little girl and this older man, and you'd think it'd be more of like a father-daughter type of story, but it kind of isn't. It's very teacher and student, you know. I mean, he cares for her well-being and all, but there's never really a moment that he shows affection towards her. He's just, when you watch the film, you will start to understand why he behaves the way he does, why he seems very cold, very shallow, and very self-centered. And his very self-centered attitude does put certain characters in mortal danger, to be honest with you. There's not much I hate about this film, apart from the fact that in the beginning, like when the girl meets this dude called Shun and then he explains, oh, he's come from a mysterious world, everything kind of happens very fast. You don't really have time to breathe or understand what's going on and all that. I feel like Azuna's just kind of thrown into all this chaos and madness. Like, I kind of felt like they could have fleshed out her normal life a little bit more. Then it could have been a nice correlation to the wonderful world of Agartha, because we kind of stay in the human world for a very short time and then we're just kind of thrown into this world, and we are in this world for a long time. Like, a big portion of this film is set in Agartha, and yeah, but I do like when they go to Agartha, it's not the magical, glorious world that she probably hoped it would be or she imagined. And there's a lot of danger, there's a lot of intense scenes and interesting and creepy creatures in this film. Another negative of this film is that it's expensive, dude. Like, I saw how much the film costs on Blu-ray, and oh boy, if you want to watch this film, just make sure you have money in the bank, because wow, and you want to watch this in HD. You don't want to watch it on DVD. You want to watch it in the best quality possible, because a lot of anime films look kind of bad on DVD from my experience. Like, you want to get that on Blu-ray, like, but man, the Blu-ray, jeez. It's pretty hard to find as well, you know. The film has been out of print since 2019. That's why it's so expensive, because, you know, they don't have any more new copies of it. So unless you can find a place to watch it legally online, you know, be prepared to fork up quite a big sum of money for this film. But apart from that, this film is wonderful, magical, and amazing. I'd say it is my favorite Makoto Shinkai film so far. But let's see what the other 3 films down the line are going to bring. And I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it an A. It was pretty stellar, very amazing. That first act kind of, I wouldn't say it bored me. It was just, I felt like it was a bit too, the pacing was weird because it felt fast and slow at the same time. It didn't really mesh well. But then once we get to Agartha, it's wonderful. You know, you're gonna have a great time. But thank you for watching this review. Please like and share this video, comment down below, and tell me what's your favorite Makoto Shinkai film. Like this video, subscribe to this channel for more anime and manga reviews. But with that said, thank you for watching, and as always, Avoided Review signing out.